World Series, Argentina. Folks, it seems that on our way back from Argentina to the United States, we've had a blizzard, it seems to me. The weather's gonna be really rough.
That's all me, buddy. Keep going.
And buckle in, because it's gonna be a rough ride.
Yeah, you don't like. Exactly. Do that. That's good.
It's in my eyes.
He was like this.
Oh nah, that's just covering your face, my boy.
it up for the band. Buena Marching Colts. Great performance for the pregame. Now your eyes to the Jumbotron. Tonight's referees for our contest between Sunnyside and Buena. Head referee, Merrill Branch. Umpire, Rodney Weichelt. Linesman, Isaac Cummings. Line judge, Solomon Buchanan. And back judge, Mitchell Hale. I know you're loud and proud, Colts fans. Make some noise for your Buena Colts!
Can y'all hear me?
Okay, welcome to a beautiful Buena night, Friday night game. To my left is Dylan, or Owen. To my left is Owen.
Is it working? Yep.
To my left is Owen Manderside.
Hello.
To my right is Dylan Smith.
At this time, ladies
I
and
am
gentlemen,
Michael Quas.
in the stadium, please rise.
As we are about to do the national
Face the
anthem.
Jumbotron as we play our national anthem.
That's what I was saying. Again, we're going to introduce everyone again. To my left is Owen Manderside. To my right is Dylan Smith. I am Michael Quast. Tonight we have the Colts and the Sunnyside Blue Devils. The Blue Devils are ranked number 26. Our Colts are ranked number 10. Well, how do you think this game's going to go, Owen?
I think this game's going to go really well. They've been practicing a lot for this game, and they certainly earned it.
That's a great response, Owen. Dylan, how do you think this game's going to go?
I think this game is going to go pretty well tonight, especially with them always practicing and the hard practices, especially on Thursday, that they had very hard practices, especially on Halloween, too. That must have been bad.
Of course, you know, you're always going to practice some day of the week that maybe you won't like. Maybe fall break, you always practice. You're always going to practice on some day you may not like. But we have gotten word from the coaches that we will have an injury, and it's going to be the main kicker, Alan Marcharello. So his replacement, I believe, will be number 90, Andrew Ramey. How do you think on the injuries so far for their team? How do you think it's going to go?
For the injuries, it's not that well, but you don't like to see an injury, but sometimes you have to deal with it.
Captains for this.
Okay, Owen, how do you think about it?
Bryson Harris.
Honestly, I feel that, same with Owen here, that injuries are not good, but we can always overcome them with other kickers, especially with Ramey being a really good kicker, a kickoff, and a field goal.
Game.
And as we're talking, it is going to be the first game of November, November 1st. October was Cancer Awareness Month, so you may see a lot of these guys be wearing pink tonight. They're wearing it to support the people with cancer, many cancer and awareness. As I am speaking, Sunnyside has run out of the tunnel, or at least their side, as your captains are going to be number 50, 66, 6, and 9. 9 being Nash Moore, 6, I believe, is Bonilla, 66 is Sean, my mistake, 6 is Charlie Price, 66 is Sean Bookman, and 50, that's what I forgot. He's really good, though. For the captains, do you think they earn the spot or don't earn it?
Me personally, from our summer workouts and our in-game and off-season workouts, I think they earn the spot of captain.
What about you, Dylan?
Same with Owen, especially with their off-season and the summer training. I do believe that Coach Thomas has picked really good captains for tonight.
And as we are speaking, they are doing the coin toss down on the field. As soon as we get the results for that, we'll tell you here in a minute. But last week, they played the ranked number 1 team, Marana. A very hard team to go against. They were winning after halftime by 7, couldn't keep it up, and they ended up losing. Tough loss, but a good way to stay in there with the ranked number 1 team here in Arizona. Regardless of division, of course, every team plays well, depending on where they could ever be. That doesn't matter if they're in Arizona, but of course 5A is where the Colts are, and of course where Marana is. 5A can be really hard to compete with and compete against. 6A is even harder because they're a bigger school. That's how. And as coin toss is underway, I'm going to let you all know that Marana will be moving up to 6A next year. And as we are saying, Sunnyside has, I believe, elected to receive the ball here in the first half. So, of course, that could go in many different ways, good or bad. We'll see how it's going to go here for Sunnyside.
Make some noise,
As Charlie just did a backflip to start off here, he's already hyped. He's already ready to start this game.
Hats off to all you coming out and braving the weather. A little bit of chill in the air. Perfect football weather.
As the Buena's kickoff will come here, as on the kick return, they have 2 in the backfield, 2 in the middle. It's technically 4 in the middle, and they have a 5-man front up here with the kick return. As Wednesday's JV game, yes, might be a little weird. Usually they play Thursdays, but they played Wednesday this week because of Halloween. But, I mean, I think a lot of people would have said they like to play on Halloween. Beautiful night game. Such, they didn't get to. It would have been nice. And as I'm talking here, as there looks like Ramey is going to be on kickoff. We're not 100% sure if he's going to be on kick return. I do know he's going to be on kickoff. And for as of right now, it looks like Ramey is getting ready as the first start of the whistle will come here as the game is officially underway here, folks, with a nice little squid kick. And he's going to fair catch around the 30-yard line. To start off the game, and I'm going to talk to you first here. To start off the game, do you think the fair catch was a smart choice or a bad choice, Owen?
I think it was a good choice only because it gets them where they are, but if I was going to change one thing, I would have went upfield a little bit more.
Okay, well, how do you think?
Ball was caught on the
honestly, with the fair catch, it's more of a little like mercy rule, basically. It's like, hey, don't hit me. I'm a little bit scared tonight, you know?
And I mean, can you really blame them? It is pretty chilly. You know, I mean, I'm not thinking it's chilly, but it is a pretty nice breeze outside. As they're going to be in this shotgun, a single back formation here, folks. And as they're running like a kind of really tight formation there with the receivers, it's going to be a fake handoff option to the right side. It is going to be taken down.
Quarterback keep taken down on the play. No loss of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Already we're starting off here with the Buena Colts defense. Getting it back there, pinning it back, and hitting that quarterback. How do you think, Owen?
I think it's good. Our O-line, our defensive line just showed how much they practiced for it. They broke straight through their line, and I saw number 66, Sean Bookman, just break right through and go get him.
I mean, that's a good thing about some of these players. A lot of these players know what they're doing. They're going to get back there, and they're going to hit that quarterback. And as I'm speaking, they're going to run a
Keep it up for that
twins to the right, a single back formation. It's tight end. You don't count tight end. As there will be a flag on the play. It's going to be false start on the offense, moving them back 5 yards. I mean, that's a very early penalty, and we haven't even gone into a minute of play. I mean, if I'm going to start off saying this as I'm speaking, they're now going to go into a trips right formation with a single setback in the backfield. As they are going to hand it off up the middle to number 1 for the Sunnyside. About a gain of 5 yards in the play.
5-yard carry.
Good run on the play by Sunnyside here.
Up. A third.
That will bring up a Sunnyside third down, but a Colts defense bringing up already a third down to start off the field. Of course, that's a good way to start. Of course, if I'm correct, so did the Coach JV team start off like that. And as I'm speaking, it's going to be trips to the left side, single back formations. They're going to motion, guy to the middle, back out, as they're going to have another flag on the play.
A flag coming in late.
It's going to be a late flag, just a little later from prior to the snap, as the flag will be another false start on the offense, moving them back the yards they just got. That's 2 penalties for already 10 yards, and it's been barely 2 minutes of play. That's already going off with, that's 2 penalties off of 10 yards. Both being 5, both being false starts. Of course, that's not a good start you want to hear or see, and I'm thinking personally the coach is already upset with these third. If I'm correct, it's third and super long. I'm not even going to try to calculate what it is. And as I'm speaking, it's going to be trips to the right, as there actually will be a timeout called by Sunnyside. And, of course, with Sunnyside being ranked number 26, there's got to be something they're doing right here. But is it the false starts, Owen? Do you think it's the false starts are doing what? Do you think that the false starts is their problem? Or do you think maybe their offense or defense is doing well?
I think their offense is not doing well since their coach just called a timeout. It's only the first quarter, and we've only been in play time for 2 minutes since we only get 12 minutes a quarter. And if I was their coach, I wouldn't want to hear 2 false starts at the start of the game.
Of course, 2 false starts can hurt you. Pinning them back 10 yards, and they got 5 yards to, for one of the plays. Of course, they've gone negative, false start, positive, back down with another false start, pretty much bringing them back to where they started this whole time. And of course, now as I'm talking, they're going back to a trips to the right, a single back formation. As they're going to run a passing play, he's going to roll out to the right, a catch from Sunnyside as he's going to get tackled, as he actually might have, and he is going to fumble it, recovered by the Colts.
Passing play, fumbled, recovered by the Buena Colts. First down, Colts.
Recovered by number 55, Samuel Bacharch. I'm butchering his last name. Bacharchi.
He means Bocharski.
Thank you. As the Colts are going to run a 2 setbacks formation, as they're going to hand it off here to Scrappy Bonilla. Scrappy Bonilla's going. He's breaking a tackle, and he's still going.
Run up the field for Scrappy Bonilla for a Buena Colts first down.
I feel like that was a beautiful run or beautiful recovery and run from Scrappy.
Of course, I didn't see nothing wrong with that. Obviously, the line's doing their job, not letting anyone through. And of course, they're going to go receivers out to each side with a 2-set back formation there in the backfield. As Nash is going to take the snap, give it off to Michael Lujan. As there will be a flag. If I'm correct, it's going to be blocking in the back by number 60.
Touchdown.
That's a terrible flag you want to have, but unfortunately, whatever the rest call is what you have to deal with.
Very true, Owen. It is definitely not something we want to see, especially like right after a nice run play into the end zone. It will be a blocking in the back on us. No touchdown for Buena.
Gonna be a 10-yarder.
As that will be a 10-yard. That's going to be their first penalty for 10 yards. That's only their first penalty for 10 yards. As Sunnyside has 2 penalties for 10 yards. Already equaling out each other for penalties of both 10 yards, but of course, penalties 1 to 2. As I'm speaking, as the Buena Colts will go back in a 2-set back formation as they will hand it off to Scrappy Bonilla, number 24. As Scrappy's going to keep running for a gain of about 8.
On the play. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Run on the play, gain of 9 yards for Scrappy Bonilla.
Price.
Okay, we're going to you, Owen. How do you feel so far with that penalty being a blocking in the back by number 60? But of course, then driving it back to almost get back those full 10 yards they just had.
I feel like they did a pretty good job.
And as they're in a trips right single back, a 1-set back formation, as they will hand off to Michael Lujan for a touchdown!
Beautiful touchdown.
Run play, result of the play, touchdown for Buena Colts by Michael Lujan.
Touchdown run.
Of course, that means they're already starting off at 6-0 as it looks like number 14, Alan Martriello, I almost said his brother, Ben Martriello, his older brother, as it looks like it will be Jaden Thomas at the hold, as Alan will be out there. We was told he got a pulled hip flexor in his right hip, but it looks like he's still good enough to kick a PAT or field goal. As the place is held by JT, and the kick is up and good.
And good.
7-0, folks.
So with 9:08 remaining in the first quarter, your
A nice field goal kick
Sunnyside 0.
for Allen, correct? Allen for a nice 1 point on top of the touchdown.
Current score, Colts 7, Blue Devils 0, 9 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first quarter.
So, of course, when it comes time to this win, if I'm correct, if they win, they might not go up in the rankings. But as of right now, if playoffs were to end right now, they'd be in the playoffs. Now, they may or may not have a home game. I would think they wouldn't because I believe it is 16 that make it into playoffs. So they're pretty low. But, of course, they only have 2 losses, one being from a 1 number ranked team, which, yes, that is going to be hard and it's going to be tough facing the number 1 team. But of course, they also have another loss against Tucson High, which I believe they definitely should have not lost to, with them obviously having the upper hand there in like the first couple quarters, then losing it in the next couple quarters. As I'm speaking here, they're going to have number 90, Andrew Ramey here with a kick, and he's going to boot that thing, a little squid kick, as the kid is going to catch it and go straight down to the ground. Now I'm going to go to Owen for this one. Owen, how do you feel that he just keeps catching it and then dropping it, like dropping down on the ground, dropping like it's hot?
Me personally, I don't like to keep saying that he's scared, but he's not showing any confidence. He's scared to get hit.
That's the one thing that sucks, but of course, if the cameras can see it, we have a band to our right, a student section there that's wearing pink, which of course we love to see from the student section. As we all remember what happened last time, the Sunnyside, the ranked number 26 Sunnyside was sitting right here near the 30-yard line. What happened was they just couldn't go anywhere, couldn't move the ball. The Colts D-line was getting right through there. And you'll see what's going to happen here is they're going to have twins to the left side in a 1-set back formation. Let's see what's going to happen here, folks. They're going to motion the outer receiver to the right and then back out. As, ooh, there's going to be a false start with that receiver being motioned and being absolutely hit, which of course that's going to be 2 false starts, but only for the penalty of 1.
No gain on the play. Flag on the field. It will be on the Blue Devils.
First down.
And as the Blue Devils, I guess it was actually on the Blue Devils, that's my fault, as they'll have a trip twins to the left. They're going to motion that receiver again in one setback formation with a handoff after that running back. He's going to break 1 or 2 tackles from that D-line, and he's going to squirm like right in there for like a gain of 1 or 2 yards. Dylan, we're going to you for this one. And so far, they've gone positive, technically negative if we're counting the flags, but technically they've actually gone positive with run and pass, which so far, I mean, that's good. You want to see that from a team. But what do you expect? How do you expect this game to go for Sunnyside?
For Sunnyside, I'd say it's going to go pretty well for them. Maybe get a couple touchdowns, and then just our Buena Colts defense is just like not letting them have anything with the flags on these guys.
And as we're speaking here, as we do have the running back, or at least a throw, they were in a trips right, 1 setback formation. They're going to have that running back kind of roll out to the right as the quarterback will throw to him. There is a couple flags in the field. And as they're doing that, we're going to see what the flag is. But as we're speaking there, number 11 got thrown off while that running back caught the ball and was running upfield, trying to make the tackle, and with a couple extra defenders being there. And as the refs come out to decide the penalty, we have both teams kind of talking, seeing what they can fix here to see if it's going to be either offense or defensive wise. Well, as the refs are talking here with Mr. Joseph Thomas, or Joe Thomas, I believe it is Joe Thomas. As they're talking to him, is it Joseph? It is Joseph Thomas as right now. I guess they are talking to him, see how it's going. As now all 4 refs, or the 4 refs from the right side are now going to get together and discuss what the penalty is going to be on and who it's going to be on. And of course you have ref number 8, and it looks like they're going...
Take it off.
They're going to take the penalty off the field, it looks like. Or they're also going to go to their coach. My mistake. But as you see, it's taking some time here. They're going to, offense is still, picking their play, see what they're going to do. And then also the defense is also going to figure out what they can do to fix whatever needs to be done here.
What is that?
Targeting.
The flag on the play is targeting on the Colts. Gonna give the ranked number 26 Sun Devils a free first down, putting them just barely above the 50. Now technically on the Colts side. Sunnyside's gonna line up here in a trips tight end close. Hand off to the running back and stopping him right away as soon as he tried to get through that line.
It was a tough exchange.
Run on the play, no gain. Stopped by the Colts line.
And while Dylan was speaking there, I guess the ranked number 26 Sun Devils fumbled the ball for the 2nd time. That's going to be their 2nd fumble. My mistake, the Blue Devils, as the Colts will run a sort of 2 setbacks formation with receivers to the other side. As they're going to pitch it out here. Scrappy Bonilla has an open field. He's going to keep going, breaking tackles in open field for a touchdown.
Oh my God, beautiful run by him. I watched 2 of the Blue Devils fall on the ground, and then number 1 on the Blue Devils jumped outside, out of bounds, right outside the touchdown to go get him. Beautiful run by him. It looks like they're going to go for a PAT right now.
Yeah, very good run by Scrappy Bonilla. Definitely good job on shedding those blocks and Definitely good lineman blocks too, just to get right through that little hole he had. Just little tiny hole and just went right up the field. Great blocking by his receivers as the PAT will be coming on the way.
It's really good to see It's really good to see see linemen and the kick is up and it's good. It's good to see your linemen doing good, especially since me and Michael are both linemen.
Of course, yeah, linemen, they have to be smart. And some linemen have to be fast, especially your guards when they got to get around, maybe pulling. They have to be fast. Of course, you have a tight end, which is kind of a lineman, kind of not. He's kind of like a receiving lineman. He can run out for that route where he can block one or the other. It's his coming up to the play. Of course, now we have, it was official bet. PATI was incorrect. And some seniors that are going to be leaving this year will be Jeffrey, number 2, Jeffrey, number 4, Diego Cortez, number 5, Elias Dyson, number 6, Charlie Price, number 9, Nash Moore,
In the kick for your Colts, Andrew Raymond.
number 23, Daniel.
For his third.
Number 24,
Kickoff.
Adrian Bonilla, also known as Shappy Bonilla.
As the kickoff will be underway, kick is up. It will be touched, and he's going
Fielded at the 10 by
to try
Sunnyside.
juking, and he's going to be out of bounds as our Buena Colts kickoff team gets to him before he could even
Out
get
to about the
a little bit more yards. About to the 23-yard line. First down, Blue Devils.
And as I'm going to keep going with some of these seniors, which of course we'll play hopefully on some senior night, which will be next week against, I forgot what team it is. As number 48, Omar.
Makes a
Number 50,
big
Bryson
noise,
Harris.
Colts defense.
Some of these number 60, Derek Fernald, which is the player who had the bad block in the back. Number 62, Mark Wills. Number 66, Sean Bookman. Number 78, C-Ron Matthews. I'm probably butchering that really badly. And that is it with their two kickers being Andrew Ramey, a sophomore.
Here we go, 2nd and 10.
As they're going to come up with 2nd and 10, twins either side with a single halfback formation. As it looks like they're going to run a kind of like handoff to the receiver. As number Sean Bookman will get back there. The senior Sean Bookman, number 66, will get back there.
Bringing up. third
Reverse
down.
on the play, no gain, negative yards actually. Good stop by Sean Bookman with watching that reverse. Definitely something you want to watch out for here with this Blue Devils. They just gonna keep running it, ain't that right, Owen? They're gonna keep running it.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to keep running it because they know they can't pass.
Well, we haven't really seen this quarterback pass yet.
Ben Lisware.
The only passes he has gotten were about 1 or 2 yards, as it's going to be a quarterback keep, and he's going to be looking deep, and he's looking still deep. It's going to be a pick. He's going number 11, as he's going to be out of bounds.
Howard.
It will be a pick for
Check that. My mistake. Carter Brooks. Carter Brooks.
As Ricardo Brooks will catch that interception and almost bring it back for a touchdown, but bringing it within the 16 or 15-yard line. As the Colts will break their huddle, going out in a twins to either side with a single halfback there, back there. Because we still have 3 minutes here in the first quarter. Nash will roll out to his right, kind of finding the open spots. He's gonna throw a beautiful throw for a touchdown.
Nash Moore with a great rolling out and then reversing it to the other side, looking for his intended receiver. Very great rollout by Nash Moore for the Buena Colts touchdown, as the PAT will be underway.
As Alan Marcharello will come up with the kick. The
blocking, even though the receiver could have held the corner a little bit longer to get him a little bit more yards, but it is fine as he is taken down. Quarterback is going to take the ball. It's going to be a pass. It's going to be complete, barely, as he will be incomplete. Sorry, my fault.
The pass is going to be considered incomplete. Intended for Andreas Bonilla, also known as Scrappy Bonilla. Scrappy Bonilla, in my opinion, has had a really good game. Of course, throwing or running for his amount of yards. Of course, as a senior, he's either be going to college or not going to college, as the Colts will run a trips to the left with a single back formation.
Very true, especially with this Scrappy Bonilla. He's definitely a crowd killer for the Blue Devils tonight, as Nash will take this. Oh, there will be a false start on the Blue Devils as their lineman jumped right in. That is definitely something.
Defensive offsides. 5 yards. Repeat the down.
Oh my God.
It will be a repeat on the down. Second down for your Buena Colts. 2nd and 5. Ash will take the snap. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. And it's going to be good for a touchdown. Buena Colts. Very great run. Great handoff. Great fake. Just great blocking by the lineman. Holy moly, that was... Wow, it just went right into there.
Current score, Colts 33, Blue Devils 0. 11 minutes and 24 seconds before halftime.
As the PAT will be coming underway.
When I asked Dylan this question right after we ended the first quarter, my question to him was, pick 3 seniors from this team. Is, as I'm talking, the snap is going to be very bad from the long snapper that is going to make the
Number 2
is going to make
35. Blue Devils.
number. It's just going to be pretty much a bad snap, causing it for 2 points. 35-0 is now the Colts on a mercy roll clock run. And Owen, I asked Dylan this question after we ended first, and my question to Dylan was, if you pick 3 seniors from this team, what three seniors would you pick if you were a college coach?
My number 1 pick has to be Sean Bookman. That's a defensive and offensive lineman. And Nash Moore for being a great quarterback. And Jaden Thomas for being a great wide receiver.
So as I'm speaking, you both picked the junior, Jaden Thomas, as being a junior. But of course, I haven't said mine. I might say mine here in a little. We all both picked a junior, which I understand why you picked him. He's had good games. He's had good receptions. And as he keeps going, he's going to do good. As number 90, Andrew Raymond, will kick it as it's going to be taken in around the 15, 20-yard line. As number 5 is going to come in and make that tackle, Elias Dyson.
Elias Dyson, as Michael does not know how to pronounce his name, but it is fine. As the Blue Devils will take over 1st and 10, as your Buena Colts defense gets set. Honestly, Michael, since you did ask us this question if you are a college recruiter, but we said offensive players. What about defensive players? Who would you pick if you were a college recruiter for the defense?
For defense, that's really tough. You got really good players. You also got some different changes. As I'm going to say mine here, we have a twins to either side, a single setback, as they're going to motion out the running back with a flag. If I'm talking about defense, I think personally, if I was a college recruiter, I'm going to pick 3 seniors here. And as my 3 seniors will probably be, actually I might pick a junior. My junior, I think I'm going to pick my junior, which would be Jackson Krause' brother, Cooper Krause, who's had beautiful games, also being ranked either over top 100 in Arizona, being a very big thing. As I say that, they're going to motion out they did motion out the running back to the right, as they're going to do a draw play, as there will be a flag on the play believe it was horse collar. So my first pick is going to be Cooper Cross, number 52, Cooper Cross. My next pick would definitely be good old Sean Bookman, number 60.
Horse collar, personal foul.
As the confirmed, it was horse collar.
Colts.
As I would pick, obviously, Cooper Kraus, number 55, number 66, Sean Bookman, and for lastly, I would pick Derek Fernald, number 60. Yes, he did have the penalty to start off, but he doesn't get in his head. He's going to come back and he's going to play defense, getting better and better. As the horse collar will be on the Colts.
Definitely something you do not want to see, especially with the Buena Colts only having about 2 to 3 flags here tonight. Horse collar is definitely one that you have to look out for. Definitely get around those hips, drop down, get choppy with it instead of grabbing his horse collar. As it's going to be a pass, it's going to be complete to the sideline, and he's going to be out before the first down.
Pass complete.
Second down, Blue Devils.
Blue Devils. Come on, make some noise for that Colt defense.
As the Colts, as the Blue Devils will get set here. Two receivers to the left and right of the quarterback. Run up the middle, and it's going to be stopped for a loss of yards. Third down, Blue Devils. Man, Michael, this run game just hasn't been... I've talked about this a lot, but it hasn't been really good for these Blue Devils, has it now?
No, it definitely hasn't, but of course, there's going to be teams that have a good run defense. There's going to be teams that don't have a good run defense. Like, you got to think, the Chiefs, the actual NFL team, great quarterback. Of course, now they have a lot of injuries at the running back spot, but they're going to pick up a good running back that will help them. And as I'm speaking, they're going to motion out number 1, the wide receiver, as there will be another flag on the play. And as I'm saying this and as I'm speaking, I'm gonna ask first my friend Dylan Smith a question. Dylan, out of the top 5 ranked college teams, you have number 1. It's gonna be a false start on the Blue Devils as we're speaking. But as my question hits, out of the 5 ranked number 5 college teams, 1 being Oregon, 2 being Georgia, 3 being Penn State, 4 being Oregon State, and 5 being Miami, Florida. That's pretty unexpected, and as we're speaking, they're going to hit up with a handoff right down the middle. Now, if you were a...
Give about 4. Brings up 4th.
And as those are your 5, you want me to go to 10? You want to pick from the top 10 or top 5, Dylan?
I will pick from the top 10 because I see...
And so as we're speaking, number 5 was Miami, Florida. Number 6, he wants to choose top 10. Top 10 is now 6 is going to be Texas at 7-1, Tennessee at 7, Notre Dame at 8, 9 being BYU. As the Blue Devils are going to punt the ball as I'm speaking, as it's going to land out of bounds. Right, it's a great punt from the punter, letting around the 5. Within the 10-yard line. That's insanely good from a punter. And that's keep going as we have number 8, Notre Dame, number 9, BYU, and number 10, Texas A&M. If you were a college coach and you had to go pick a new college team for your next year, and you saw those are your top, top 10 options, who would you pick?
Honestly, it's not... I was wishing that the Michigan Wolverines would be on there, but they were not, so I'm going to have to go with the Texas Longhorns. Even though they are number 6, but the one loss was just by a field goal, and it was heartbreaking. But they have a great offense, great everything, great defense too, as it's going to be caught by number 1, Jaden Thomas. As it's going to be a catch all wide for the first down. Buena Colts as they were deep in very red zone territory.
14 on the play.
Gain 14 for Jaden Thomas.
First down.
Okay, Owen, I'm going to ask you the same. I want to ask you the same question, Owen. And I want to ask, I'm going to repeat them again. We're going to repeat them. Do you want to go top 5 or top 10, Owen? Owen has chosen top 5. You have number 1, Oregon State. Number 1, Oregon State. Number 2, Georgia. Number 3, Penn State. Number 4, Ohio State. Number 5, Miami, Florida. And as we're speaking, Skype Bonilla with a handoff, a gain of 9. Owen, so
on
what's
the
your
play.
pick with those top 5? If you were a college coach, how to leave your team you're on, what team would you go to?
Me personally, I would leave Ohio State and go to Oregon State.
I understand why you would pick them. Of course, you know, they have good teams. They're a good run, good, you know, good everything. At being the 8-0 spot, of course, having a total of 1,549 points here at college, you know, their night. As we're speaking, they're going to hand it off here. Number 6 is going to get some yards for a first down. Number 6
Charlie Price.
is Charlie Price,
He is
the
about 4
captain
on the play.
of a senior.
Down
Charlie
to the
Price, number
Culvers.
6.
First down.
Of course, the clock is going to still be running for the rest of the game unless these Blue Devils can figure out their offense and get a score, which I don't think will be happening. But knock on wood, we don't have that happening.
Also, the only reason I'm choosing the Oregon Ducks is because it's a great team, and the coaches, I looked it up, the coaches get paid around like $700,000 just to be coach.
Very true, but the Oregon Ducks has also come back from big losses,
About
almost
7,
Super Bowl losses,
Yeah,
just
we'll
like
call it
Tom Brady and Super Bowl.
8-yard gain on the play.
I want to say Super Bowl
Second is short.
55, where Tom Brady came back from a huge, devastating loss after the second half, as it was a run on the play for almost a Buena Colts first down, second down, and 1 Buena. As there will be a huge loss on the gain. On
Forward
no gain on the
progress.
play, back to the original first down marker, as
Right.
that wouldn't, they kind of just read right through that, not gonna lie. But as this
34
Buena
yards.
Colts offense will think of something,
Brings up
especially
35.
Coach Thomas is motioning to quarterback Nash Moore to see what play it will be.
And of course, as I'm going to come back here and start speaking, as we will figure out that we will have a halftime and probably a post-game speaker talking to the coaches, as there will be a flag on the play. As I'm going to talk about the formation. The formation was a trips to the right with a single setback formation. That's going to be defense encroachment, also known as defensive offsides. As the ball will just be placed before the first down, it's going to be still 3rd and about inches here. And as this clock is still running down from 6:42, score 35 zip. As the National will take the snap, giving it off to number 11. Number 11 will slip.
With the catch.
TJ Walker with a catch. Slipped, I think, just before the first down, as he may not get it. As it looks like they're gonna bring another
Back to the line of scrimmage.
As the refs are gonna say no, it's gonna be 4th down. And as I'm speaking, we're gonna have Owen go down to the field here in a minute to, you know, start talking to one of the coaches. We're gonna let him pick a coach. Owen, what coach do you think you're gonna talk to?
Me personally, since I think I did Coach Andrews last time, I think I'm going to do Coach
Lujan
Thomas.
for another Culvers. First down.
As he's gonna choose Coach Thomas, the head coach. I wish he picked a line coach or a D-line coach because of how well this line is doing. As they're gonna have twins to each side. Nash Moore taking a snap, rolling out to his left. As Nash Moore's gonna use those legs he's got, and it's gonna roll out and run for those yards.
Nash kept it. Gain about 6.
I think I'm going to do Coach Chase, actually. He might yell at me when I walk in the field, though.
Great call. Owen was talking to Coach Chase at this halftime.
Appreciate it.
Coach Chase is definitely one of my favorite coaches. Very hard, tough coach, even though he loves all of his football players. As Nash will take the snap, and it's going to be just a little bit of a toss. 24. Number 24 for Buena is going to get that pass and run upfield for a nice,
But a flag on the play
nice gain for the first down.
for a hold.
Never mind, scratch that. It will be a holding on the Buena Colts. Bring it back as Scrappy's pitch toss will not be good, but I think they could pull it off again. Don't you think so, Michael?
Of course, you know, that's the one thing that sucks. Running backs, they do their job, they get it done. There's always got to be that one person always doing something wrong, and that's the one thing they was done wrong, was, of course, the holding penalty on the Colts. And as I'm speaking, the Colts will come out in a trips left formation, a one setback formation. With, of course, trips out to the left. As it looks like the Blue Devils defense has switched back to a four-man front. And as Nash Moore is keeping on, making defenders miss, he's still going.
It will be a quarterback keep run for the Buena Colts. Buena Colts, first down by Nash Moore. Man, he just took off right through. He just saw that hole that the lineman created and just took it and just ran. He did not go down until the second tackle, as there will be whistles blown. Timeout for Buena. 35 Colts, 0. Your score will be Buena Colts 35, Sunnyside Blue Devils 0. 4 minutes, 14 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
And as the Colts will come back in a two setback formation, receivers out to either side. As it looks like Nash Moore is going to take the snap and do a pass. Beautiful way to fake out defenders there and get a pass done and throw it right over the middle for a completion.
Pass completed to number... A really good receiver to catch that. Almost hit his knee on the ground, but luckily he did it. Elias Dyson on the catch.
7-yard gain.
7-yard gain.
2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. Buena Colts, as Nash did a really good double fake, one to his left and to the right, as Nash will be under center. One wide receiver to the left and right, two in the backfield. As it's going to be a run up the middle for the Buena Colts. First down, and he's still going, and he's down for Buena Colts. First down. Great run, ain't that right, Michael? Especially with Coach Thomas out here tonight. Just giving them great...
Culvers. First down.
Giving them great stuff out here, especially with the play calls. Very good decision by Coach Thomas.
Of course, he knows what he's doing. He's been here for, I don't even know how many years, but he's been here for a good amount of years. As I'm speaking, Nash Moore will have receivers go out to either side with two in the backfield. Scotty Bonilla and number 21, Michael Luan. As he's going to have Nash Moore do a play-action pass. He is going to be able to throw it away in time, not for a second. There actually will be a flag on the play. That is a late penalty flag there. That can be a lot of things. That could be a late hit. On sportsmanlike conduct, that could be a lot of flags there for a late penalty.
As they are discussing what this flag is going to be on. Michael, what do you think it's going to be on?
Yeah, my prediction is, you know, it's kind of late maybe on sportsmanlike conduct on the Blue Devils. As it looks like I am right. It's either unnecessary roughness on them.
Foul called against the Blue
It is
Devils.
going to be a personal foul against the Blue Devils, moving the Colts up the yards they needed here. As, of course, you know, that's what a team needs here with about 2 minutes left. They have just above 2 minutes, but just under 3. As it looks like the refs are going to blow some whistles here to choose. Like, we're going to talk with other refs and see what's going on.
I think they're getting their books updated because refs do have those little notebooks in their pockets. It's not a lot of people know that the refs do keep track of what fouls, what yard line, they keep track of everything. That is why they have a little shirt pocket for their little notebooks. It's actually very, very cool thing. I've seen it. As quarterback Nash, as the refs are going to stop it again. Going to go talk to the sideline ref.
And of course, as you're speaking, Dylan. But of course, my main question to you is, we've asked you like, who you're gonna pick if you were of course, a college scout. But if you were a head coach, would you run a pass heavy, run heavy, or a mixture of like a balance of both?
Honestly, with this Sunnyside defense, I'd say run because it's been going really well. As it will be a run, quarterback Nash will toss it and he's going to keep running. It's still going as he's going to be out of bounds. I believe it is Charlie Price for a second down, I believe.
It's going to be another.
Oh.
Culver's.
Correction, it will be a first down, Buena Colts. Great run and everything. As I was saying, I'd say do the runs. Because with this defense, they just don't know what's coming. You could do reverses, you could do pass runs, you could do like anything basically. But I do want the receivers to get some playing time. As quarterback National will be under center as he's going to be handoff into the end zone for a Buena Colts touchdown by Charlie Price. Buena Colts 41, Blue Devils at 0. 2 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Man, this is just looking like the last game we had where 70-0. Michael, do you think they'll beat them even more this time than 70 points that they put up last game?
Oh, heck yes. I say that because if I was correct, after halftime, the team was up by maybe a couple, you know, they were up by like 30, 40s maybe. If they're already up by 42 and they still have about 2 minutes until half, they're gonna keep going, they're gonna keep pushing. And of course, they're coming back here at home tomorrow or next week. My mistake. They're coming back here next week as we do have an injured Blue Devil here on the field as players will take a knee.
Definitely something we do not want to see. I do like big hits, but not that big of a hit, especially with injuries. It's definitely something that is definitely scary. It could be a career ender, which has been a very scary situation for parents and basically anybody that knows him or the scouts that wanted him. It's definitely something you do not want to see out here on the field. But it definitely will happen with a high contact sport like football.
Of course, that's the one thing that, you know, happens with these types of sports. You know, it's very high contact. You're gonna get hit. You're gonna get injured. It's a sport that you're expected to, you know, take the hit and get up. But of course, you know, there's some times where you take that hit and you might feel like something is wrong. You might feel like you need to get out and you need to sit out and you need to be done. Of course, there's a lot of times that can happen with, you know, whether that be, you know, that can happen to players on the sidelines. You never know. Of course, that can be like, players on the sidelines could take a hit and they could go sit right down. That could be, you know, they could be on the sideline just sitting there, and of course, play comes off to the side, and of course, things get done, the guy gets pushed, you know, whatever, stuff gets thrown, you know, hands get thrown. And of course, as the player will stand up, which of course, that's a good sign that he doesn't need medical attention to come get him. Because that's the scary part, because that, you know, that happens to a lot of good players. It's happened to NFL player DeMar Hamlin. I think that's probably the most scariest thing that I probably have ever seen from an injury. But if we're talking high school,
as Michael is trying to say, it is definitely something we do not want to see out here on the field, as the kickoff by Andrew Ramey will be underway, as Andrew is a really good field goal kicker and a kickoff. Definitely a great guy in between football and just knowing him out in school and out in this beautiful town, as it's going to be touched and it will not be recovered, as he's still running, he's still up, as he tried to run it but then got tackled, as the Buena Colts tried to get that ball, but he did touch the ball, which will be an eligible pass. Michael, do you think they could have done a little bit different, or just kind of sat there and just watched him run?
Howard with the stop.
Of course, there's stuff you can always do better, and that could be, even catching the ball. Catching the ball is probably going to be the main part. You got to catch it, and you got to get yards, not dropping. You can't catch it, realize, oh, shoot, I dropped it, try to go pick it up, and you got maybe like a bus coming, and he's hitting you. You never know. You always got to stay on high alert, as I'm talking, they're going to run twins to either side with a single back, with a motion here going under. They're going to do a shotgun pass. Catch. It looks like he's going to go pass, but they flag on the play. My prediction, I'm going to say it right now, I already know it's holding. I'm calling it. It's holding.
Flag in the backfield.
As Michael was saying, it will be probably a holding call. Pretty good screen pass by these Blue Devils.
And as flags happen, flags get called.
Against
I was correct. It was holding. I would put money on that, knowing it was a holding call. I'm just that good. I can see penalties from a foresight, Dylan.
Very true, but we can't really see numbers from all the way up here on top of the announcement booth. Timeout by your Buena Colts. Man, Michael, what do you think this Blue Devil offense and defense could probably do better to at least get some points on the board?
I feel like some things they could do is obviously pass. Because, as you see, they've been running the ball. They're running. But what's been going on? If they're running, and it keeps being negative, my question is, if you keep running, right? And, of course, you're going negative, why not try to go for a pass? Maybe the pass will work. Maybe a short, maybe a medium, maybe a very long John deep pass there. That's my question. Is I feel like if they went for a pass, knowing this team is probably in like a suspected run-heavy defense, expecting that they're going to come out with this run, knowing that's what this team has been doing all game, every day. It's what they do. It's what they do. It's what they do. It's how they play. Better way to say that. And as I'm talking, they're going to have a tight end, a two-tight tight end here. As they're going to motion one of the tight ends over, as they're going to shotgun screen pass. And that's going to be a beautiful tackle. And no, Dylan, you're asking me a question. I want to ask you a question, Dylan. Now, if you were the defensive coordinator, Coach Boutte, if you were the defensive coordinator here, what would you be saying and what would you be thinking? How would you change into a pass heavy, a pass run? Like how would you go run heavy, pass run, like both? How would you do it?
Honestly, I'd look at the first play and then decide off of that, especially with them trying to run this ball as I am speaking, as the quarterback is going to keep that ball but not gain any yards. There's going to be a loss on the yards as the clock is still running. It's still going to keep going as there's a running clock, as they're probably going to hustle to that ball before the halftime, with Owen Manderscheid going to interview Coach Chase, I believe he said. We will see how that goes.
You're correct, Dylan. He did choose Coach Chase, which of course being there, of course Coach Chase